guys, Joey here. I thought I would come on here today and kind of go over why the Day Designer daily is not working for me and what I'm doing instead. I have switched over to my Hobonichi cousin, and I will show you the reasons why. So in my Day Designer, I was doing all the things. It doesn't show it on this page, but I've got some stuff written on some other pages that I don't really want to show you. But anyways, I was doing all the things. I was listing my top 3 for the day, what my schedule was going to be, and then that was on the weekend, okay? And then they gave you the week at the bottom if you needed to fill in things that were going to happen. And then on the weekdays, they gave you the top 3, what was coming up due, dinner, dollars, and don't forgets. And so I would list out my schedule, and then I would list out my to-dos. Obviously, this day was very short list, but and then at the bottom, before I started using this bottom portion as a sort of a very, very small journal of the day, I was using it for writing down my daily Bible verse. And I found that I really missed not having this as well as a spot to write down, like my daily journal, as well as a spot for my Bible verse on the weekends. And so I had to choose. When I was looking at my dailies, I really needed to choose between, am I going to put my Bible verse down here, or am I going to write it in a different place? And I really wanted to have everything all in one spot. And so I decided then that I wasn't enjoying the weekends being on the same page, and I really was not enjoying the O-rings. So the O-rings on a Day Designer, if you're not familiar with them, they can be a little finicky when you open and close them. They take some work to kind of open and close, and I don't know, it just wasn't for me. I didn't enjoy the way that it felt to open and close this planner all the time. I felt like it was a hassle, to like open it, like when you open large chunks, like it won't open all the way. You have to really kind of work with it. And I really didn't enjoy that. And I did try this planner for a good month and a half before I decided that it just wasn't for me. So I decided then that I still wanted a daily planner, but I wanted something that was going to be a little more portable for me. And I had ordered way back in April a Hobonichi cousin, and I was planning on using this for another purpose. But with COVID happening, then that kind of went out the window. And so I had this Hobonichi, and it was just sort of sitting there, and I thought, it has a daily in it, and I know it's smaller, and that's what held me back from it in the first place, is that I knew it was a smaller book, and I didn't know if it would actually be able to house everything that I wanted in it for a daily. But then once I sat down and I really started to map out in it what my day would look like and how much space I needed for each section, it really does work really well. And so I decided that I was going to switch from the Day Designer to my Hobonichi cousin, and then I'm going to show you sort of how I've set it up. So I do mark the months when I'm sitting down in it, and the weeks, and I know that sounds really redundant for everyone who knows my planning and knows that I have a weekly planner, but I do that because the more times I write it down, the more I will remember it and know that it's coming up on my schedule. So things that I write down in my weekly are events. So those are things that I know that I need to remember no matter what, that I need to stick inside my daily. So the more times I write those down, the more times that helps me be able to process and remember that to put it into my daily. So I decided then that I was going to set up my daily spread in a few different sections. I wanted to incorporate and kind of steal pieces from the Day Designer because I enjoyed those aspects of it. I just didn't enjoy having to choose between writing down my Bible verse or my memory and then having to leave those out altogether on the weekend. I just didn't like that. So I did order things that I find that aren't working so great for me are the times over here on the Hobonichi are super tiny. And I feel like that's just not enough space for me. So this is Mondays, and I've kind of already set it up the way that it is. I think that I'm going to end up changing it because I did order from Amazon, just to get it quickly, was the Erin Condren time washi tape, as well as her checklist washi tape. And I thought what I would do is the time portion in the daily, with it being so small, it does go from 7 and 8, maybe even sooner, I don't know. It goes from 5 a.m. So I won't need anything that long, and this actually works out perfectly because Caleb's appointment was at 10 a.m. today. So I'm just gonna lay this down and kind of show you. So for today, I'm gonna leave it the way I have it mapped out. It goes all the way down to 7 p.m. and I'm gonna leave it that way. However, tomorrow's daily, I'm gonna set up differently, and I'm gonna do that, I think, while I'm here with you. So, but let me show you what I've done. I've went ahead and sectioned it out into today, with it being my hourly, my to-dos. Then I do check my balance of my bank account every single day and I write it down. Then my don't forget, something that I absolutely have to get done that day. What my dinner is, which is spaghetti, but I haven't written it down yet. And then in the mornings, I do the U-verse app where they put on a daily devotional every day. And I like to write down that Bible verse. So I have my section now for my Bible verse. And then down at the bottom, I have a spot for my memory. So I'm going to keep this very similar, I think, for tomorrow. But I'm going to go ahead and set it up now so you can kind of see what Tuesdays is going to look like. And I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to lay down the washi. All right, as you can see, I just whited out the times very quickly. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so you can see. So you really can't see. And the whiteout that I absolutely love, you guys, is the Tombow Mono Correction Tape. It's the hybrid style is what it's called. I just ordered these on Amazon. You get like a ton of them for a fairly reasonable price. So yeah, I go through a lot of these. I guess I make a lot of mistakes. I don't know. But that is my favorite whiteout. And I do use it also to kind of white out things in planners that I don't enjoy, like those numbers. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and lay down the time for tomorrow. And I'm going to actually have it go all the way until the evening. I think I will go till 11 p.m. because I'm not yet in school, and so that will change. Once I go to school, once school starts back for me, it will probably be like 9 p.m. But until then, I'm just gonna leave it at 11. All right. And then I'm gonna do the same over here. And I'm lining it up a little differently on these 2 days because I'm learning, obviously. So what is happening is that I'm finding that laying it here, I'm gonna have to move my memory keeping. So what I think I'm gonna do is put my memory keeping down here at the over here at the side, and put my Bible verse down here at the bottom. Like I said, this is all very new for me, so learning what works for me. I do know it does, like this system is, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot. So I know that it's working. I just gotta find how I want it to work. All right, so let me grab, let me see how this guy does. Back here. Let me test out this pen first before I do anything. So I'm gonna test out this Tombow water-based, this is a yellow, I think it's fine. Yes, okay. So I'm going to use this for my headers. So I just basically, I highlight the top over there, right here. I do a little highlight in each one of these squares. And then I've been highlighting the spots where I mark. So because my memory keeping is, oh, it's a little wrinkled. Because my memory keeping is going to be moved, and my Bible verse is going to be at the bottom. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure my thing isn't wrinkled. I'm gonna go ahead and highlight down here for my Bible verse. And I'm going to highlight here for my memory keeping. Let me see if I like that before I do anything else to it. Let me grab a pen. Like, I got 100 of them now. After doing that parkour review for you guys, I'm like, yeah, I got pins everywhere. I got pins coming out my ears. So my top is always labeled to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and label to do. And I go from the top down so that I don't swipe it when it's still wet. Today, this one is balance. Don't forget. Dinner. And then this one is going to be my memories. And down here is going to be my Bible verse. I hope my big head wasn't in the way there. All right, so this is how I have it set up. So if you look back at my previous days, I had used that system sort of right here. I had made my schedule go the full length, and then, you know, my memory keeping and my Bible verse were sort of stacked on top of each other, and I was finding that I was a bit constricted. So I think if I move my Bible verse like down here all the way across, that will give me more space for my memory keeping. And I do this because I have an Erin Condren planner that I use to record my memories in with pictures, and I've tried to do that in my Hobonichi, but to be quite honest, when I get about halfway into the year, I can't shut my Hobonichi anymore. It's just too full. And I think it's just because this book is not designed to be super, super full. Now, I have seen people that have their Hobonichis and they love them super chunky and fat. It's just to each their own. So I prefer to have a coil so that it can expand a bit more than what my Hobonichi could with my photos, but I'm looking back in my Hobonichi at my memories that I recorded for that day so that I can put it into my Erin Condren. I hope that makes sense. And I know that sounds like I'm doing it twice, but to be honest, like I said, I just do better if I'm recording things multiple times. Okay, so this is how I'm going to have it set up. I'm going to be laying down my washi tape for each one of my days to go from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. for right now. And then I will, you know, I put my headers in at the top. No, I'm going to keep with the same ink color, I think. Yeah, I'm just going to do the same color for both days. So let me go ahead and lay this one down as well. So anyways, I did have a little more structure to it back here. It was not so simplistic, but I kind of like it without other lines. So I'm enjoying it being more open and less constricting, which I think in the Day Designer, there was a lot of the, you know, it felt constricted to me. I don't know. It was just me. It's a great planner. It's just not for me. So anyways, I really am enjoying being in my Hobonichi, and I think this is gonna work for me to use this as a daily. It's pretty portable, it's pretty thin, it's not a huge book, and it feels like I can kind of take this with me if I need to, without feeling like it's too cumbersome. And yeah, so I'm enjoying it. So there's the monthly, it does have the weekly, and then it does have the daily. So it is virtually an all-in-one planner if you're looking for having all three of those aspects in one planner. You do get this with the Hobonichi. I will link this. I don't know if they have them available in Amazon right now. I will link this in my description below if you're interested in ordering a Hobonichi. And then I will also link the Day Designer if that is something that interests you. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed showing you how I'm using this now and giving you the reasons as to why I switched from the Day Designer to the Hobonichi. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. That would help my channel out a whole lot. Also, if you are not already subscribed, but you're enjoying the content that I'm bringing you, then I invite you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button below, and also the bell notification that will tell you when I actually upload my next video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.